A friend charged a tow fee because he wouldn't trust my automotive knowledge. Back in the early 2000s, my friend and I were at a bowling alley. As we went out to leave, he couldn't get his car started. I asked if he wanted me to look at it since I have been working on cars since I was 14. And he said no, that he knows as much if not more about cars than I do. So the tow truck arrived. They asked me to steer as they pushed it out of the parking spot. I got in, put it in park, started the vehicle, backed it out, and asked the tow truck driver if he wanted me to drive it onto his flatbed or if he wanted to pull it up. Everyone, including the tow truck driver, burst out in laughter. My friend was livid. "Why didn't you tell me that was the problem?" I said, "You told me you were more experienced than me and didn't need my help." From then on, he never doubted my automotive knowledge. It took me 2 reads to figure out what even happened. I felt dumb, but not nearly as dumb as your friend must be. Understood. My husband came home once without our car. I asked where it was and walked, sick and in 30-degree weather, to the car. Got to the car. He asks me, "What do you think you can do that I can't?" Quote, answer, "I can see that it's out of gas." I call those sanity checks. I've asked for them as many times as I've provided them. My usual response is, "Maybe the button just likes your finger better today." Years of tinkering and experience paid off. As someone who's never driven an automatic, thank you to the other commenters for explaining. Cold sweat smile. I had a similar problem when one day I was driving a manual, and when it was time to go home from work, I forgot to let go of the clutch to make the car move. I was so distraught I went inside and asked a coworker to help fix my car. I was full damsel in distress mode when he showed me the problem was user error. Any mechanics here not stoned? Ugh, I did that once, and nearly hit a parked car. I have a 1969 Cougar convertible. One night several years ago, I stopped at a friend's house, and parallel parked in front of their house. Got out of the car, and went inside. When I left, I got into the car and attempted to start the engine. All the appropriate dash lamps illuminated, and I could hear the ventilation system fan running, but it wouldn't start. Thinking the problem was the starter solenoid, I simply grappled a screwdriver, popped the hood, and shorted the solenoid. The car immediately started, and began rolling in reverse. I jumped over the passenger door, and popped it into park. It began making a clicking noise, but continued rolling. Finally, I reached down, and depressed the brake pedal with my hand. With the car stopped, I composed myself and got out the passenger door. My rear bumper was about 1/2 from meeting the front bumper of the car parked behind me. I was so freaking lucky. Haha, I could be your friend, except it happened to me at a McDonald's. Sounds like me with a friend I knew. I was rebuilding an engine. Not the first time. His comment, "Pay someone to do it properly." Me with the actual factory service manual following exact service procedures. Neutral start safety switch lol. Mic drop. I used to love my friend's steep driveway. Park my turbo coupe at the top, and when you leave just let the car roll in reverse gear, then pop the clutch on the way down. To start it. Pointless because it started fine, but it was fun. I did something similar with a motorcycle once. Turns out I had it in first, so it took me an embarrassing amount of time trying to get it started with the kickstand down. Before I decided one last try after bringing the kickstand up and ready to leave, and it just worked, which confused me. So I shut off the bike and the cycle repeated again. That was the day I found out that kickstand down and not in neutral means the starter switch won't do anything. I threw a car into reverse at 60 miles per hour once. It stopped quick like. Amazingly, that rent-a-car started right back up and finished the trip. Title should read, paid a tow fee rather than trust. I will never have this problem with my beloved manual transmission winking face. Rolling on the floor, laughing, 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 rolling on the floor, laughing. I have a quibble with the title, but maybe there's a context where that word works. I'm willing to learn if so. But to me, charged would mean your friend tried to get someone to pay for something. I.e., your friend might charge you a towing fee if they towed your car. The word I would have used is incurred, i.e., received a towing fee because he called for service when it wasn't needed. It's a minor point, and even if I'm correct, I'm not going against op. I'm asking if it's my understanding that's wrong, and there are places where saying, I charged a fee, meaning, I received a fee, is correct. There's a time or two I've completely forgotten about the existence of a kill switch on my bikes. So embarrassing after 5 minutes of checking things you notice it's been knocked.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.